Maxwell seems to be getting a bit distressed by our progress. The astute viewer might notice that I'm starting off with different items than what I brought with me at the end of the Chapter 2 video. And I know what you're thinking. Bumbleborg, how is that possible? Are you some kind of wizard and or interdimensional being? The answer is, of course, yes. Also, I might have died in my original playthrough of the chapter and had to replay it up to this point. I actually ended up getting the same exact levels for the same chapters, which was pretty serendipitous, if I may say so. Like, I got King of Winter for Chapter 1 again, and then the game was afoot. And here I am once more on Chapter 3, Archipelago. I was afraid I'd get King of Winter for Chapter 3, and then it's like, do I die again and restart so that I'm showing something new off? But thankfully I didn't have to deal with that. I'm going to collect as many resources as I can in this forest area, because I'm pretty sure once I leave this little oasis, things will be getting pretty hairy, and resources will be harder to come by. Like you can see, swamp area is right over there, so this is going to be fun. The other level I might have randomly gotten for one of the first 3 chapters was a cold reception. In that level, the weather cycle will change pretty quickly, and you'll have to deal with constant rain and snow, as well as constantly spawning frogs. I actually played that level a bit before I recorded this stuff, and it was horrible! I was huddled around a fire in the pouring rain, and all these frogs are trying to kill me. They just kept slapping me with their tongues and slapping me. I'd once read that there could be a couple iterations of the cold reception level, and that one of them might be you get stuck with permanent winter, but I think that's not actually true, and that it's just the rain and snow and frogs kind of deal. If anyone's actually played it and has more info, feel free to correct me in the comments or something. So yeah, I'm kind of glad I didn't have to play that level, but at the same time I think it would have been more interesting to show off than the game as afoot. Like, the game was afoot as traps and stuff, but there's no real hook to it like in the other levels. In the King of Winter, you have to deal with permanent winter, and Archipelago should be pretty neat to show off. And I don't want to spoil one of the later levels, but there's one with a similar kind of gimmick that should make things interesting. So, I don't know. I don't really know what I'm trying to say here. Oh, it was here the whole time? Are you kidding me? I seriously explored this whole island looking for the damn wormhole, and it was like right outside the starting area. Well, the thing about Archipelago is there are 6 different islands, and to travel from one to the other, you have to go through these wormholes. Oh god, it took me to another swamp? Oh, this sucks. The swamp was what killed me last time. But it sounds like the piece is pretty close by. Oh god damn it, not again. Yeah, I was running through, I don't remember how far I got. I think I collected a piece or 2. And I was just trying to make my way through the swamp, and I was killed by these tentacle things. So I have to be a bit more careful this time. Just gotta zigzag, serpentine, and just gotta get this piece and get out of here. Not gonna take the gnome, fuck that guy. And it looked like the other wormhole is like right there. Oh wait, which one did I come in? Oh, I'll figure it out. I'm pretty sure it's the one that's farther away. I could always just stop the recording and like double check, but I'm like 99% sure it's this one. And it is. And there is a hound mound right over there. So I'll be sure to show off the map periodically once it starts taking shape. That there is a hound mound. It spawns hounds, and I think you can destroy it. I don't know if you need a hammer to demolish it. No good, bishops. So yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure you can destroy the hound mound. I've never tried it, but I think it can be done. I've just never really bothered. So let's clear this out. There's no real sense in putting this off, I suppose. I don't have an ice staff this time. But I do have a tentacle spike, so that should make killing them... It'll do more damage than the spear, so maybe I can get away with not getting hurt by the bishop. If I can get this sneak attack in. Alright, 4 hits and he's done! One of the perks of having Wolfgang is that he does more damage. And I think the tentacle spike is probably one... Oh, that's not true. I was gonna say, I think it's one of the strongest weapons in the game, but I think there are probably stronger ones than that. Oh, an eye bone. Jackpot! Hey, Chester. Good to see you. We're just hiding in the midst of all these spider nests over here. Glad I found them because I like the extra inventory, but I don't want to swap my log suit for a backpack. So, this is great. Oh, here's a wormhole, but I think this is where I came in. Or no. Alright, this is new. That's good. I don't know if it's going to be like... I don't know how many wormholes can be on an island, if it's only like 1 or 2. I really hope it's not 3 and then I have to go back to that swamp. One thing I have to be careful about while this wormhole hopping is my sanity level, because each time you go through a wormhole you lose a bit of sanity. So I have a garland on my head to kind of restore some of that back during the daytime, but it's probably not gonna... probably won't be enough. You'd think wearing flowers on your head would be sufficient to stave off madness, but... well, you'd be surprised. Chester, if Daddy starts going crazy, you have to promise me you'll leave him alone. Don't try and be a hero. I also need to remember how to get back so I don't get lost. Gotta go through this wormhole, and that'll take me through to, I think, yeah, the upper one. I need like a trail of breadcrumbs or something. It used to be that going through wormholes would lose you a lot of sanity. I think it was like 30 each time or something like that. But they've nerfed it quite a bit, so that's this is interesting. I never actually used a fire staff before. And if I needed a sign to tell me this was a bad idea, it immediately starts raining as soon as I pick it up. Well, I don't know if that was random or not, but that was pretty great timing. I'm sorry, I didn't know. This might not be one of my finer ideas, one of my finer moments. Just gotta take their treasure and get out of here. Gotta take the crank thing. I could... Well, this is gonna be tricky. I could kite them back to the wormhole and probably escape, but... oh god, and I'm insane now? I guess the rain didn't really help things. The thing is, I might want to try and kill them before I leave, because I don't know if I'll have to, like, come back here or not. And, oh god. And if I come back, they'd all be waiting for me by the wormhole, I assume, and I would rather not be dog chow. So this is... well, pro tip. Don't use the fire staff on fire dogs. But I think I should be okay. Thank God for that spider's nest. You'll also notice that I have aggroed this little shadow guy. I can never remember their names, but like, I don't know. nightmare creature. Once you start going insane and have the squigglies appear... Oh god, and it's nighttime too. This is really bad. Oh shit. Alright, we're okay. Just gotta keep moving. But yeah, once your sanity dips below like 30, then you'll have the nightmare shadow guys come after you. So I think... I don't know if I've lost them. I gotta make a quick fire, though. I just want to cook up some meat. I think I might have given him the slip. Alright, well, I have explored the rest of the island, and I did not find another wormhole, which means it's gotta be... Oh god, I hope it's not in the swamp. It's gotta be somewhere else on one of the other islands I've been to. I'm hoping it's like around here. But I have to do a bit of backtracking, I suppose. I just gotta fake this guy out. Let me just... Ugh. Yeah, suck it, nerd. You can be hurt as you're jumping through wormholes and as you're, like, exiting them. I've had that happen to me a couple times, and it really sucks. Oh my god, Terrorbeak, screw off. Seriously? Ah, it's like... It was almost daytime. You couldn't give me those last few seconds near the fire before you had to attack. I think I might have found, Alright, yes. Got the next wormhole. It's interesting that I wouldn't have thought you'd be able to get, like, 3 wormholes on an island. I would have figured it'd be limited to, like, 1 or 2. But, shit. I backed away too quickly. There we go. So, 3 pieces down, including the base, and 2 to go. Alright, we have a breakaway. Yeah, like you can see that hound almost bit me. If I had been a bit slower, he probably would have sunk his fangs into me. But, island number 5. We're in the land of spiky trees and spiders' nests, apparently. As long as it's not the swamp. And oh, thank God, flowers. Never thought I'd be so happy to see a flower in my entire life. There's also a pan flute. I mean, I guess I'll take it. That it's used, though? That's pretty gross. Don't know why the game would give me a used pan flute. It's got the guy's slobber all over it. It's like the skeleton and I would be making out. I guess I'll honor his spirit, though, and play them a sweet lullaby. Alright, so it turns out this is the island of spiky trees and killer bees. That's okay. They're actually not that tough to dodge. They're gonna force me into the woods like some kind of animal, but that's alright. I'm willing to put up with that. Every time you pick up a flower, you restore 5 sanity, so you can see that I'm already no longer insane. I'll probably be spending some time just picking up as many flowers as I can. And I have a top hat. This gentleman just wandered into a field of killer bees, and, well, turns out he was allergic. Sorry about that. Okay, this is the final wormhole I should have to go into. That should take me to the last island. My sanity isn't quite full yet, but I figure I'll go back. I'm gonna lose a bit when I jump through the wormholes, so on my way back I can always pick up more flowers or something, if I really need to. And look at that. The ring thing in a ring of evil flowers. How poetic. So there are various biomes on each of the islands. Like, I've come across a couple swamp islands, and I've actually been to this one before in my first playthrough of it. This is by far the most benign of the islands you'll run into. It's just grassland and beefalo. So of course, this time it's like the last one I encounter, but that's fine. No naturally hostile enemies, and it's a good place to restock on grass and meat if you need it. And look at that, and farm plots, even though this is pointless because I'm not going to be sticking around long enough to grow anything. But yeah, thanks, don't starve. Alright, all the pieces in place. I just have to figure out what to take with me, I'm not really sure. Spider, no. Spiders, stay away. I won't be in this world for too much longer, so just chill out. But I'm gonna take the fire staff and the miner helmet for certain reasons I don't want to spoil. And no, spider! God damn it! Well, I still have... Oh my god. I'm just gonna leave the map up for a few seconds while I deliberate what final two things to take with me into the next world. Okay, good. Now that I've murdered every spider ever... Okay. One thing I noticed that I think is kind of interesting is that when I was replaying the first couple chapters, while it was still randomized, there were a few things that seemed to be held constant. In the King of Winter, I ran into another ring of gold boulders, for instance, and I had to lose sanity to get by obelisks to collect a piece again. It's sort of hard to explain, but the pieces themselves seem to generally be in the same areas. And so because of that, and I guess just having more experience, I was able to knock them out again in like 5 or 6 days. As opposed to like the 21 days it took me last time.